Hello guys, as promised, if you watched my last video, I was in Quartz Mountain State Park. I said that I was going to be spending the night somewhere. First I pointed out some tent sites down by the river, down in that area. I went and looked at those sites after getting down off that mountain that I was climbing on and wasn't real impressed with the campsites. If you're in Quartz Mountain State Park and you want to do some tent camping, the tent camping is less than desirable. It kind of reminded me of camping out at a music festival, just wall-to-wall tents all right next to each other. So I decided to do something different for tonight's overnight, and we're going to go over that. First of all, what I've got here, this is my 1990 GMC Sierra. Has a little over 200,000 miles on it. It's four-wheel drive, regular cab, 6.5 foot bed. Has a 350 V8 in it. I've owned it for a number of years. It used to be a ranch truck out in West Texas, and I brought it home and been fixing it up and doing some work on it here and there, and it's doing pretty well. You can probably tell in the back of it, I've got a tent. Let's walk around and take a look at this. This is a Kelty Grand Mesa 2. This is the original Grand Mesa 2. This tent is probably 15 years old. From what I understand, Kelty has come out with a revised model. It's a little different from this one. This one is the original one. So like I said, this is a 6.5 foot bed. Up here at the front of the bed, I have a toolbox. So that keeps the tent from going all the way forward. Actually, I have the tent on top of this tackle box. That keeps the tent from going all the way forward in the bed. I think that if I didn't have this toolbox here, I could slide the tent all the way forward. The tent length measures 82 inches. Most of your 6.5 foot beds are going to be somewhere around 78 to 80 inches. So a tent about this size is still going to have to fit with the tailgate down, which is what you want anyway. Especially a tent like this that has a front entry door, then it's real easy just to get on the tailgate and then get in the tent here, as opposed to having it on the ground somewhere. Having to kind of bend down and get into the tent at ground level. There's a couple advantages I see to this. Number one, like I mentioned, it is kind of easier to get in and out of, especially if your tailgate is a little lower to the ground. Second, if you're camping in some undeveloped campgrounds like this is not really a developed campsite. There's no even or level ground to put the tent anywhere. Then having the bed of the truck kind of gives you a flat surface to place it on, and you can move the truck around and get the area a little level. I moved the truck a couple of times and got as level as I could. Third thing is, if it rains, of course, if it rains tonight, I'll put the rain fly on. But if it rains, water can drain away from the tent pretty easily, as opposed to having just a muddy mess around your tent when you wake up the next morning. A couple of things I've done to make this a little more comfortable is I've put this bed mat in here. So you have these ridges in the bed, but the bed mat kind of provides a flat surface for you to lay on. Of course, along with this diamond plate on the tailgate, gives you a nice flat, even surface to place the tent on when you're crawling around in there. This is a little different from the truck camper videos I posted before. In those videos, I have a 2010 F-150 with a camper shell, and I've gone over in several videos, pretty good detail, how I have that set up in the back. This is a good summer setup. It's the tent, especially with the rain fly off of it, breathes a lot easier and you get a little more airflow during the summer. The camper shell, that fiberglass camper shell on the F-150, that's a good winter setup because it does a good job of holding the heat in the wintertime and keeping you warm back there. I like this for the summer. This is Memorial Day weekend. It should be a lot hotter than it is right now. I think it only got up into the 80s today, and it could get down into the 50s tonight. If it gets really cold, it does help to put the rain fly on these tents. This sleeping bag might be overkill tonight. We'll see. We'll see how cold it gets. This is an REI sleeping bag, more of a rectangular. I also have a 3.5-inch self-inflating mattress that I bought off of Amazon and an inflating pillow that I bought off Amazon. When I put this video together and edit it, I'll put links down below for all the equipment that I'm using here, except for probably the tent. If we go to Kelty's website and look at the Grand Mesa 2, it's going to be a different model than the one I have here. That's about it for this video. I just wanted to show you this. You'll probably see more of this in some upcoming videos. I have another tent that fits in the back of this pretty well. I might do a video about that. I also have an older Sierra Designs Faro tent that doesn't fit in the back of this. But if I was camping on the ground, that one gives me a little bit more room. And I might make a video on that sometime in the future. So that's about it for now. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.